what the hello. Oh shit, that's not working. Oh yeah, there is. That's working. All right. Phew. Oh, I'll wait for you all to catch up. Take two. Beautiful. Yeah, I can see the little doohickey going. All right. They're all good. You got Mucka Poker Collies there. All right, so if anyone's watching this on the replay, this is take two because I didn't have sound on before. I'm just going to wait till everyone catches up and then we'll start again. We're all going to find is Grumpy's back. Hey, sound. Hello, Grumpy. Thanks for being here, mate. We're all good now. 4 people here. All right, so take two. Today, step by step, there is a link to a little pack in the video description. If I can work it out later, I'll put it in the chat too. But anyway, so today we're painting this skull. I've painted it once before on a motorbike tank, much smaller. I've zoomed it in, so we've just concentrated on the skull today. What you'll get on your download pack, you'll get the A4 size line drawing, which you can paint straight on top of because it's quite a dark piece. So that's what I'm doing today. I've got an A3 printer, so I've printed there. But the idea of that is you stick them together. You can put on a window, trace your A3 paper over top to do the line drawing. So that'll be like your master. You've also got the references in A4 size, so they match up to that. So if you wanted to, you could just choose to do the bottom half of it or whatever, but you'll get that. All you got to do is click the link in the video description to get that download. Yeah, I've got Poco in my ear, so if any of you's got any questions, hit them up in the chat and they'll relay today. Today's the best time when I'm doing it live. After the fact, then you're sort of on your own. Paul's here today. Hello, Paul. How are you, mate? Now, online, well, last week I wasn't here because I was at a hot rod show airbrushing, and someone asked me, and I said, I'll talk about it quickly online. So I'll show you a bit of show and tell first, and then we'll get stuck into it. So that's what I painted last week, live at the show. Now, if anyone's, or maybe I'll just at the end, they just quickly go through sort of the steps. I can't really show step by step each color and layer and stuff, but just the prep and how I went through it. So, because there was a couple of people online, and I said, I'll mention it on my stream this week. So that was it, but we'll do that at the end. So if you can, stay after the session, and we'll talk about that. Okay, so yeah, thank you, mate. Thank you. All right. So today, black, grey, and white we're using. I've mixed up. I'm using Createx Illustration. You can use whatever works for you. But I do have 2 versions of the black just to make it. Createx have an opaque version and just a standard version, which I've spoken about before. It's not actually called transparent. It's just normal, but it's a little bit more transparent. So that's good for the after the fact doing the shadows and stuff without wiping it out completely. The opaque, I've got it quite thick. Just for the early stage, you'll see that first we're going to start with the black. It's going to be a little bit rough. You don't have to worry about it. We'll clean it up with other colors. The grey and the white are opaque. It is about 5 to 7 parts white to 1 part black. Just to get rough. Thereabouts, all right? It doesn't matter if you're not exact, but that's what I did today. So you get that sort of middle grey. I think I did it more 5 parts, and I feel slightly too dark, so maybe do it 7, even 10, whatever. All right, so I'm going to start with the opaque black, and then I'll bring yours in a bit closer. Put the goggles on, wherever they went. There they are. Oh, yes, click the like. Thank you. Goggles on. Let's go a bit lower. What's going on here? There we go. Now I might just move these, will distract me, but now you do end up on my email list if you get this thing, which is fine. Like all I'll do on my email is tell you this week's lives, this, and I don't spam you, in other words, and you can get it off anytime you like. So if you're a bit worried, one of those people that are worried about it, because there are people that don't like signing up for stuff, just do it, get the stuff, and then unsubscribe straight away. It's no big deal to me. That's all good. How's that, Sky? We're good position. Camera, perfect. All right. Okay. Well, yeah. Hose is trapped around the tripod. All right. So opaque black, straight up. Now you can see they've got all these little bits and pieces. You can start using shields and stuff. That's fine. But at this early stage, I wouldn't even bother because we're going to be really rough. It's all going to be way darker than you expect, and it's a dark piece anyway. So just like always, start in an easy part just to get yourself warmed up. You probably should warm up on another page really, but I am purposely going to go extra crazy fast, just to let you know. Don't put too much effort, just get it down first. All right. And my printout, it's even good luck, Molly. All right, so my line drawing's got more details than the actual printout has, because if you know anything about printing, it normally goes darker than what it is in your life, and there's a lot of stuff here that I'm just going to ignore. I'm just going to follow that rather than my line drawing. Keep that in mind if you're home printing. Oh, I saw Russ here. Oh yeah, there you are. Oh, technical difficulty. You might have to watch a replay, mate. Russ was super keen for this one. He was one of the first ones to download this. Say that again, Scott. Oh, good. Yeah, have a go. Beautiful. Yeah. So anyone, if you have a go, even if you watch a replay and I don't know you, or I know all these guys that are here today, send them through. Like I said, you end up on the email list, and it's just me on the other end of it. So have a crack at it, and then send me your results. I'd love to see it. So like I said, you can, if you haven't quite got the airbrush control, you can use shields and stuff through all here, but at this stage don't. Just smash it out. Even if it blows out like this, I don't care. You'll fix it up, all right? I should have maybe just done the bottom half or top half, because it's going to take longer. Maybe that's what we'll do. What do you reckon, Scott? Will I just do half of it? Stick to the eyes down. What's that? Yeah. Yeah, we'll do it. Yeah, because we don't want to sit here and just watch me paint all these little. Or we'll do it over a couple of weeks. What on the other? I don't know. Couple of weeks. All right, we'll do it over a couple of weeks. That's what I'll do. Yeah, all right. I'll stick from the eyes down today. That way you guys can do it at home, and I'll be able to go through some of the colours that way rather than just wasting time. Not wasting time, but got it. Yeah, that's right. Very true, mate. Very true. Now, don't rush through it like I'm rushing through it, guys. This is just me getting it down. So the main point is that you don't be too fussy at this point. This is actually the ideal image for this sort of demonstration because there's no texture in the skull and there's a real clear, it's all quite dark as well, but there's a real clear difference between each color, the white, gray and black. And we're going to use, obviously, I'm starting dark and I'm going to put light over the top. So we start talking about blue shift straight away. So because it's a dark image, it's going to be even easier to get over. How'd you go, Russ? You still here with us, mate? Or is he gone? Russ was from the States. He was super keen. Yeah, he said he had tech problems. Well, he can enjoy the shout out when he watches the replay later. Hello, future Russ. Still there. Good stuff, mate. These are actually the trickier parts because they're almost like cartoon lines, like the teeth are actually surrounded by a thick line. But even if I don't know if you can see it there, but it's blown out on me even. I'm not spending hardly any effort trying to get that super right. So I've gone like the 100% areas now, and now I've got the bits where it's a bit lighter. So I'm lifting just roughly. Again, it can be too dark. It probably will be too dark. That's fine. I found this on Pinterest, guys. This image, it's not mine. I don't know who the artist is, but I think I do. I think it's Mid-Journey. I reckon it's AI. I'm just blacking all that out. There's all lines here, but they're not really showed up on the print. So, if you're the artist and watching in the future one day, don't copyright flag me. Just tell me, and I'll give you credit. As long as you prove to me that you didn't use Mid-Journey. What's that? Good shout. Good. Okay. Oh, really? Were you talking about Rob's one? Oh, okay. Oh, I'm going to watch that one. Shout out to Rob if he watches the replay. He's not here tonight, but if you watch a bit later, hello, mate. Oh yeah, I haven't had a chance to watch yours either, mate. The cool thing about this sort of image, guys, is that if you make it up a little bit, it doesn't really matter, right? It's just, as long as it looks like a skull at the end. It's another reason why skulls are good. All this is going to be black. I'm just ignoring that. You see how like it's quite thick. It's like straight away covers. That's the difference. If I had the normal version, I'll call transparent. If it's not, then it will take a few goes. Yeah, it's getting there ready, starting to take shape. I'll do a little bit up here. Oh, hello, Steve. Thanks for being here, mate. I'll do a couple of these. Look at me here. I'm just going to do from the eyes down, and then I'll just do this. I'll just do this, and before you know it, I've got the whole freaking thing done. All right. Oh, I don't want to stop this there. I better keep going. All right. Hard line. I'm not going to go higher than that. Yeah. Like I said, this is when you could, if you wanted to, use your shields and stuff. But at this point, I wouldn't bother because we're going to hook in real hard with the. Well, there's nothing wrong with using them, but use them later. If you end up doing like me and draw on top of the printout with these real dark lines, then it sort of does half of the work for you, especially around here because there's a lot of skinny lines. This is probably the trickiest part. Yeah. Oh. That, yeah, if you've seen, so Scott's just saying it'd be cool with the candy over it. That's exactly what I did. If you have a look at my, there's a video of me painting this full skull picture, and it's got way more trees and crap around the outside of it. I did it on a fake motorbike tank, and I candied it red. Although I was feeling, when I got to the point where it's just black and white, I wanted to leave it, but I did it. So yeah, check it out after, guys. Same image. It is a really cool image. Can't claim it. All right, so a little bit of a gradation there around the eyes. All right. Okay, so now I'm going crazy and just overly darkening it. Oh, missed this bit. Up to the line, remember. It's really cool, actually. All the bit I've chopped off here, all the, like these little, whatever they have, branches and stuff, they dip down and go over the top. There's so many layers. It looks really cool. Yeah, you're liking it, mate. All right, so now I'm just, oh, cool. Inspired Scott, Poco. All right, so it's looking okay now. So now I'm just really over the darkening because we're going to go back. Now, if this was brighter, if you watch my other one where I did the tank, because I put the candy on, I actually made the whole image much brighter because I knew I had to allow for the candy. So I went from this, I dropped down all the way to white and then build up white, grey, black. But this one, because I'm going to keep it reasonably dark, I'm not going to go all the way to white. I'm just going to go down to the grey, unless my grey's too dark. But I think it's all right. And we'll start building these shapes. This is when we can start going and sharpening those edges, right? So well, let's see, let's talk about, say here, right? So this little one here, got his big fat dirty black line, which is too wide for it. It's a tricky one because you got the line in the middle and it's quite fine, and you've got the grey at the side. It's easier you've got more space on the grey, especially this side, to go right up to it, right? So rather than going really light and close and doing this perfect line with black is how I see it, use your grey and go all the way up to it, so you've got more room to play. You can just you're worried about one edge and just backfill that little bit, if that makes sense to you. I'll sort of throw that idea out and then I'll start doing it and it'll make sense. Same with the teeth. All right. Stop waffling, Demo. Start painting. Now, I do have a feeling this grey is too dark. Let's see how it looks. Yeah, too dark. All right. So initially I said, what did I say? 5 to 7 parts white to 1 part black. It's double that. So I'm just going to put like a big ton of white in it. Well, actually, I'm just going to get the white and put some of that in it. So let's go 20 parts white, 1 part black. Make it much lighter. I don't have white now. I'll have to mix a new white later. That's much lighter. All right. Now, where will I start? Down here. Oh, it's a little bit thin. Yeah, we're going to get colour shift, but we're going to deal with that later. So this is why most people don't like putting white over the top or light colours over dark, because they see the colour shift and it looks terrible. But building, you make it too bright and allow for the darker colours over the top, right? So normally, like I said, I went all the way down to white and then did grey and then black. That's how you beat the blue shift, the transparent colours over the top eventually gets rid of the blue shift. So this will end up being lighter than it looks here and allow for the black over the top, which is why I have transparent black there. And you can cycle through these. You can go white, grey, black, then go white, grey, black again, white, grey, black. You can just keep going through it. Once you get confident with that, that just opens up a whole new world for fixing mistakes and just reworking, getting more depth and detail. And like here now, it's not quite perfect, but I could go back with the black and back with the grey. So you adjust on the run. Now, feel free to use shields and stuff now if you wanted to. But so I'm ignoring the highlight on the tooth. I'm just going to basically getting a flat grey in that tooth shape. So that way you're only worried about one edge and backfilling into the middle. There's a little bit hanging out the side there like that. Well, I can just get the black and tidy that up after. I feel like the time's going to go fast today. How long have we been going? 20 minutes roughly. It was a late start. "27 minutes. The reason I asked that was because this is when I can start getting a bit carried away and just the time just goes so fast. Right. And close that gap in between the teeth here. This one's a bit tighter. Quite easy because I'm not worried about, I'm not trying to get that perfect in that go. I've got this much room to play with the grey and just ease up to that line, both sides. Oh, DB. No, not many people have, mate. No. Yeah, that's it. So Scott's just saying in the ear that he's never tried it this way before, and he's going to have a go. That's the idea. That that's what I want from you guys. Just have a try. Push yourself out of your comfort zones. You haven't done. No one likes. Not no one. Plenty of people do it. I didn't invent this thing, but light over dark. They don't like doing it because it looks wrong while you're doing it. But once you realise the next steps, I sort of see through it. I don't see the blue shift now because I know that's going to be gone later. So yeah, have a go, guys. Scott, you too, mate. Absolutely. Paul, if he's still here, he's keen to have a go. He was one of the early ones that download it too. Oh, you already done it? Oh, good man. Yeah. Ready to go. Good stuff. Oh, Black Book. Brode, how are you, mate? Haven't met Brode. He lives not far from me, but I haven't met him in person, but we've had a few chats. He's a mural artist. Yeah, you see, like even now, look, it's actually still quite rough, but it's really starting to pop. This light's reflect. I might turn this light off. This one's annoying me. That's better. There. Now you can see it. There. Yeah, you see it, like it really starts to give through, even though there's no real gradations. All I've done is hit the edges and just reformed the edges, and it really starts to pop already. But that's partly because I can see what it's going to look like when I go back over. Question yet? Yeah. Yes, you could. So as it is now, it would not work. So Scott just asked me about putting candy over it. You'd need it because there's a intrinsic darkness to the candy, right? And the more coat you put on, the darker it gets. But you want it brighter. So you basically, if you had this on your computer first, you turn the brightness up, right way up to allow for the candy will darken, or else it'll just get lost. Well, if that's the idea you want. But I would, and what I did, as my jar fell off. What I did with the motorbike tank, much brighter. I didn't actually and you don't have to worry about blue shift at all because the candy will fix it, right? So I would skip, if I was doing candy over it, I would just ignore grey. I'd do black and white only. Just keep scrolling through those and don't care about blue shift. And then the candy over top fixes it all. Right, here's a good example. So this little triangle shape in here, I had a big sort of black blob because I was rough with it early. Now with the grey, I can refine that shape much easier. Just go around it. Mm. What we got here? Right, here, what I'm going to do, I'm just going to sort of do this sort of quarter of it, and I'll go through the next colours, and you watch it all pop. That's the other thing, guys. If you're unsure, work on a little small part and go through it, and to get you, when you see it start to work, get your confidence up rather than do my students the construction site, right? It just looks like a mess all the time, until you get to the end. Do little small sections, and then you'll be confident. What's Paul been naughty? Message retracted. Must have been swearing, or did he do it? Doing his dirty jokes again. Right. It's also important, guys, that you do make it dark enough. Do it more darker than you think. You get your shapes in roughly with the black, because here I just made me think of it. It's not dark enough, and it's harder to bring the grey up. I'm spraying a little grey line, but I've got to do again to make it seem. Yeah, it won't matter too much, but this is the tricky ones where it's a skinny line, so you're worrying about two edges at the same time. So when you might want to start using your shields. It's not roughly by hand, but then I could switch back to black and tidy up the little rough bits back and forth, but I'm not going to now. We'll sort that out later, but keep that in mind. Tayu's going to nail this. Bro, Black Book. Is that what it's called? Black Book? He's going to smash it, mate. He already downloaded it, and he's good. I'll go over that. Okay, that'll do. Just looking what else I can tweak. Oh, a little shape here in the middle. All right, now that is actually brighter than the picture. But I'm just gonna, I haven't got white because I used it. I'll mix up another white. I'm just gonna put some highlights in just to make it a little bit brighter again. Thank you, mate. It's a really cool image. So if you use Createx, you know you're meant to let it sit for 15 minutes. So let's all stop and have a coffee. No, I'm going to paint. Break the rules. But you should. It does spray better once it's been sitting for 15 minutes with the 4021 reducer. But no time for that. What's that? I only had breakfast this morning. I forget that it's super late for you guys. It's about mid-afternoon for the Americans and crazy late for you UK guys. Yeah. All right, so I'm just gonna pop some highlights on the teeth. Always start on the parts where 100% I know how it is, right? And then it gives you that relativity to the other colours. So a little bit thin, takes a bit to pop out. So it's already quite light, which is what we want. Oh, thank you very much, Dean. I haven't seen what you look like. I haven't put your head on. You haven't put your head on camera, Dean. Yeah. So I'm just brightening these areas a little bit more than need to allow for the darkness that's going to come over. And what happens where the white's 100% on top of grey, it's less blue shift already. So, you know, it doesn't really look too blue, to be honest, now, but yeah. Just picking out some highlights. It's a good image because it's high contrast. The black and the white, there's a difference in it. Like there's quite a stark difference in it, where this is a good chance when you, if it isn't that much, you can flatten contrast by just fogging over. Well, where will I do that just to show you these teeth here? You just, and you can darken that, you can lighten the dark parts. Anyway, but that's not needed on this one. All right, we'll put, oh, that's pretty bright. All right, that'll do for now. So now I'll switch back to black, but I'm going to use the non-opaque black. Bloody cleaner go. There it is. 10 today. I can't believe I was so spewing about that false start. I don't know. Yeah. All right. What's going on here? Oh. All right, that's a brand new bottle. This one doesn't want to work. See what's going on there. What I'll do is just swap the other one. We'll sort that out later. That was weird. I've never had that before. Must be seriously a brand spanker, and it didn't work. So maybe it's not clipped on properly at the bottom. High quality Temu stuff, man. It's very unusual. All right, so I say this is the reduced one. Top shelf. Okay, so I'll go back like I always do, just into the dark part, just to get myself going. And a bit of a soft edge on this one now, see? A little bit higher. Now this is when I would definitely recommend, if you're trying to get some nice sharp lines, use your shields around here, going back for the second time with the black. Sharpen up some of those edges. This one especially, see this little branch thing, there's a little bit of highlight, but it's quite fine, light over dark. So the best way to handle that is to come around it later with the black and just tidy it up, because you've got that room to play each way. You don't worry about one edge, not two edges at the same time. Right, there is a line here, so this is the transparent black still covers, just takes a little bit longer. That's why I just start with the opaque version at the start. How are we going time-wise? Oh, we're not even at 8 o'clock yet, my time, so not quite an hour yet. Yeah. Now, question for everybody. So I'm not going to finish it today. We're going to finish this section and I'll call it for today. Would you be happy for me just to do this off camera and then next week we'll do the top half or something? Or do you want to see every single step? Let me know. And then what that means, it'll probably go over 3 weeks or whatever. But if you're super keen, nothing's stopping you from completing the whole thing yourselves at home if you get the download. In fact, you probably should just do it again and again. There's nothing wrong with doing it again and again, or reworking again and again. Cricket snonk. Yeah, that's you. That's you, Scott. Or was everyone else the same too, or was it? Yeah. Cool. All right, we'll do it off camera then. Just the same. I'll just mirror that. Next week we'll finish it off. Then next week we'll do the jaw, like the bottom part, which won't take long, and all that. This is a bit fiddly up here, a bit brighter. Then that way, if you want to just follow along, you can just at home you can just use the just do that half if you wanted to at home. But if you're like me and you started, you'll want to do the whole thing. All right, so I'm mainly just sharpening around the outer edges first, the blacks. So like I said, just doing the easy parts. Just slowly coming in. You'd want to use a shield here, I reckon. Definitely there. Anywhere where it's sharp and light, you're going to want to. Now, this is a perfect example of doing this. So here, this little part, I've just done it sharp and light, which you can do with the shield. But right next to it is 100% light grey or grey and white. So you can ignore that, come back with your grey and white and do it 100% real close. And you get that same effect, and you didn't have to do it sharp and light with the black, if that makes sense. Make sense? Probably can't see, it's a bit small. Like with everything, airbrushing is really about the edge and blending off, right? So the tricky ones is always when it's a line and you're doing two edges at the same time effectively. That's when you want to work ways around it, but just always find the edge, blend away. Find an edge, blend away. Like here, for instance, it's getting like a skinny, sharp line. So I'm basically doing two edges at once, which you don't want to do if you can help it. But that's when to save time, like I can go back, grey each side of it, blah, blah, blah. But use a Posca pen if you want. Use a paintbrush. Grey text works great with a little paintbrush. I often do that. Nothing wrong with doing that. That's it, every tool in the box. Exactly. It's exactly the way I look at it. You got tools as far as what you can use, but there's also tools as far as knowledges and the way you can handle things. So I look at that as a tool you've got in your toolbox too. Physical tools and mental tools. Oh, I went way too high with this one. And there's like a shield, another tool you got in your toolbox, all right? Oh, Puggy's here. Hello, Puggy. be interesting to see how everyone goes. Like, if I really like to see people try this and send it to me. Just, I think there's some real challenging parts to this. So hopefully it's challenging enough, but not too much that you can't do it at all. You know, that's the ideal. I want something that just pushes you enough, but also is rewarding because you actually do it, break through the barrier. All right, so going good, Puggy. Thanks, mate. Dry chip there. Oh, thanks, mate. Bit cold this morning. Your hands are starting to get cold. Got a heater on, but not doing the job. It's a beautiful sunny day today, but I'll say it's early, so it's 8 a.m. Cold. I know. I'm saying cold to a sky, like, oh my God, it's probably about 9 or 8 or something like that this morning. Bit of frost around, but I'm sure I don't even know what cold is, mate, compared to you. Yeah, no. Well, it actually does get a bit frosty like that here, but it warms up. It's normally these type of days where it gets like that because it's going to be a beautiful sunny day. I know, like 20 maybe max, but which is pretty good for pretty much the middle of winter. It's always a bit cooler in the morning those days. Yeah, I was just thinking this image has got like a bluish tinge to it. I purposely didn't put blue. You could put blue in all your mixes, then you don't have to worry about blue shift at all. Like it just doesn't happen. But I didn't want that. I wanted to stay neutral just to, if there was too much blue shift, to deal with it. But because it's so dark, it's not really going to happen. But the white on top of the grey pretty much eliminated the blue shift in this stage. But I'm just sort of cutting a few corners there. This is going to benefit way more if I just go through that whole process again. When I do finish this part and I go white, grey, black, or grey, white, grey, black. But I might not do it. It's just a demo. So. Even if you ever watch my time lapses of, I've got time lapses of this one and then Medusa skull, Medusa tank I painted and this skull, and both of them I'm sure at some point I go, well, I could do that again, I'm over it. I just want to finish it because that's what happens. We'll get a bit bored with them. Oh no. There's not much chatting anyway, Marco. If you want to go out of my ear, we can finish for today because there's not much. So yeah, that's it. Yeah, as I'm saying, there's not many questions going anyway, so no dramas, mate. All right. No worries. Cheers, mate. All right. So Poco's phone was going flat, so he's out of my ear. I'll have to keep an eye out on the chat. Actually, I'll put my phone close by, so Mucka, if I miss anything, shoot me a message and I'll read it. Where I'll put that. Oh, that'll be right. So I'll put paint on my phone. I'm not that far off calling it for today anyway, guys. I feel all alone now. All by myself. Actually, it's good. I'll put the black over the top of the teeth here, and I am going to go through it one more time because I don't like it. It's gone a bit dark now. So see, when you do it the second time around, you just go on every layer, you're doing smaller. All right, Paul says this is gold. Keen to see what you do with this one, mate. Yeah, it's a little bit of shape to the teeth here now. With the transparent black. All right, up here, I forgot about that. Oh no, I just realised. Got my super duper time-lapse camera set up and I forgot to turn it on. Oh, that's disappointing. Almost as disappointing as my football team last night. We're a bottom team, playing one of the top teams away, which is up here close to me, which is where I got to watch them. Led them by heaps all game. Last quarter just stopped. 5 goals to 1 point in the last quarter, and they lost by 4 points. Very sad. Are you off, Pugwash? Thanks for coming, mate. Right, this is a perfect spot for a shield. Let's do one. Let's do one. Right, a piece of cardboard here. I'll just cut a curve in it. Which way do I want? That one. I'll cut the wrong curve. I'll use that one. So, when you're using a shield much bigger than this crappy one I just made, it doesn't matter if it's not the exact shape. You just use overlapping dots. Dot, dot, dot. And you can tweak it along the way, all right? Dot, 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 dot. Dot, dot, dot. So you control that curve there. And then I've got the other way. I've got the curve going this way now. Dot, dot. Dot, dot. It's good. It just takes the pressure off getting it block perfect. So when you run along the line, it's, I don't know, it just feels like it's harder. You just do a dot, you can go away, have a cup of tea, come back. Dot, 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 dot. That's a little trick when you're using shields. Then I'll freehand over the top of it anyway, but I don't like this. It's just a little bit too sharp. Well, that's the other thing. If it worrying about being too sharp, just lift it slightly off the page. Get your fingers behind it. There you go. Tip of the day. All right, so that's good there. I've lost this edge with the light now, which is, we'll fix that in a minute. All right. There's a lot more depth in it now. What are you talking about? Nothing on this. Okay. Now, I'm going to go all the way down to white. What happens when you jump too far down, it takes a little bit more control. It's a little bit harder to do, but I'm going to end up going light back up to dark. So I'm just sort of jumping a little step here. If you're not that confident, you go back down to grey, then to white, then back up to grey. I'm just sort of skipping a step by going all the way down to white and not rinsing it through. It's not quite white anyway. Now, second time round, I'm going smaller, all right? You know, it's no point just repeating exactly what you did. You want to do a bit tighter, smaller shapes. You can even see probably on the screen I'm much closer. Higher now, as I felt that. That's better. The top of the nose was just a bit dark.
So yeah, this time around, a little bit smaller, all the shapes I'm doing. Getting a little bit carried away again, as I do. I think this is a good picture. This is actually really good artwork. You won't have to stress about blue shift. It's dark enough that you just pretend it's not there, and by the end it won't be. That's good for that. Or you could always put transparent whatever over the top. Let's say it's got a bluish tinge to it, you could put blue carefully. All right, so yeah, those white shapes are much smaller inside the shapes that are already there. I'm just going to go back to grey just a little bit. So moving up the scale from light to dark now. I won't need much of it, to be honest, just in this darker area, just moving up over the white. You see the grey that's on top of the white is not blue shifted. The grey that's on top of the black is blue shifted. So that's why you got to keep it brighter to allow, because the black over the blue shifted grey is going to kill that, but it's got to be bright enough, because if it's not quite bright enough, you're going to have to go too dark with the black to cover it. So it's a little bit of thinking ahead. That's why this one's really perfect, because it's a quite dark skull. Black contrast there, it's good. The grey is good for that over the top, because you can go a little bit. The difference between dark and light there was too much. You just fog it over lightly. Well, here ends up way darker, so I can just go 100%. Adjust those shapes there, and then the black will just go in the black later to darken it. see this little part here, I'd gone, it just disappears just before that this one on top, and I'd made it much darker. So I can just do this now, recreate that shape with the grey, and it's drastically blue shifted grey, but the black is going to go to the top. So, oh gee. So it allows me to put that shape in there. Tidy up here. It's not real good along here, but getting close, hour and a half. So I'll go through and put the black over one more time, and then we'll call it done for today. You get carried away once you start doing these layers. You just want to keep going and going and going. So lucky I do get bored of it and have to go, so I'll never finish. All right. Now, the other thing I just thought of, if anyone's listening, if you got these printed off at home, they're 1-to-1, right? So you can put it over and just check your shapes. So that's down here. And they're miles off, but it doesn't matter. But like, to just give you an idea, you can do that, do the flippy thing. Well, this side will be better. All right. And you can see what's right and what's wrong. It's the other reason I included those half ones in the package. But this is the type of thing you don't want to go waste your time trying to get it pixel perfect. It's a skull, mate. It'll be all good. But handy if you get like completely lost, you know. That's all the idea of it. Oh, here's another cool one. Oh, there you go, Russ. There you go. That's before. Here's another cool one. Get your phone. Clean the fog off the lens so it'll take a nice photo. The flip technique. Yeah, that's it, mate. That was the idea. Right. Take a photo of your reference. It's not going to work too well on the screen. Zoom it up. Get the same size, and then you can check and you can assess it that way. You can flick it around and go, oh yeah, how good's that? Right. Oh, there you go. For tilt that way, it works a bit better. You know what I mean? Really cool way to assess your work. Just scale it up exactly you want, put it next to it, and use your eyes and keep it the same size. I like it when I remember stuff like that, I tell you. All right, so getting in now, I'm gonna, yeah, cool trick, hey, Puggy. You left before. I'm glad you hit. Yeah, I'm just gonna go, so I've gone all the way down the second time, and I did smaller shapes, grey, smaller shapes in between, up to the white. So where the white was on, so where the white was blue shifted, the grey went up to the white and it was no longer blue shifted. Where the white was 100%, it's not blue shifted, it's just where the edges, where it went over. And then the same deal, so it's a little bit blue shifted here and there where it's going to become shadow now. And that's what I'm going to do. Oh, Nobby left. All right, I said sorry. I said goodbye to you, and it was Mark. Watch your replay, Mark. Sorry, bye. All right, so now I'm just going to go. This won't take too much longer. Back to the transparent black. I'll just paint on my whiteboard. And just reapply some of the shadows. It's nice and high, easy work. Shouldn't be too many edges as such. rule of thumb, when you're trying to do it light, stay as high as you can. All right, the reason why this can work, I've got to go close here, but or change your color, change your mix, blah blah blah. But if you've got to go close and light, there's another option in your toolbox, in my opinion. Including you can reduce way more. Here I'm close, but I'm doing 100%. So that's all right. Just a little bit of overspray that went in the deepest shadows there. Yeah, that trick with the phone, I forgot about that, but water, you'll be surprised how good it is. Give it a go, you'll love it. So it's way darker in here, nice and high. Gradations coming out of those shadows. All the way down inside. I'm getting closer, but I'm 100%, so it's all good. Higher when I'm doing it lighter. Again, just tidying up some overspray because I worked with the light colors. It just drifted onto the black areas. Clean it up. Those times when I was doing it close and light, which it doesn't work as well. Getting good at doing that just saves time, that's all. So here, where I did it, this obviously gets almost black by the time it goes in there, but I just want to make the edge 100% black first. It gives, again, that relativity, so I know how dark to go. So clean up that actual edge of the eye socket. Possibly use a shield there, but I'm not going to. So again, I'm going close and light, which you don't want to do, so use a shield. But again, like I said just a second ago, it just saves you time. I could just ignore this highlight part on top and just do maybe I'll just do that. All right, just pretend it's not there, paint over it, get the shadows. And now I'm just looking at the shadow, it goes behind, I've got way more control. And then I'll just go pop that highlight back in after. There you go, so that's what I'll do. Again, the advantage of working light over dark and not being scared about blue shift. It's definitely dark up through there. Again, tidy up that little triangle piece. Right, so here it looks a little bit bluish shift to it to me, but I'm getting close to the right darkness. So what that meant, I needed to actually have the white first, then the grey. So I just did the grey over top, excuse me. So to fix that now, I just have to just rotate through those colours, white, grey, black. But I'm not gonna, because it'll be all right. We'll deal with that later maybe. But all here's pretty good. I'll keep looking and want to go darker here. And I'm missing some shapes here. This is when I could use my little flip technique and work out where they go, but I'm not going to worry about it. Just sort of make them up a bit, a little triangle thingy here. There we go. Again, like I did here, I'm gonna this bone goes underneath this one. So I'm just going to go over the top. And I'll tweak those now, highlight them, and then we'll call it done for today. Just went from black to white, that's why it's coming out grey, but it'll be all right. Voila. All right. What do you reckon, guys? I'm going to call it for today. We'll call that section done. Zoom in. Compared to, I didn't print a 1-to-1 full reference. Not bad. Not bad. Thanks, Steve. So, yeah, that'll do us for today, I reckon. All right, do you know what I'm going to do while on the chat? Thank you, Puggy. I'm going to see if I can find the link to. Oh, honey, I remember seeing you on Steve's one once. Hello, thanks for being here. So let me find the pack. Download your pack. That didn't work. That's just a thing. I'm trying to find a link to put in the chat for the pack. Oh, no worries, Russ. Maybe I'm trying to find it. Can't find it. Oh, here it is. Here it is. Copy that sucker. And boom. That should work. Yeah, that should be the link, and you get these downloads. So what do you reckon next week? You happy for me to do this half off camera? Yay or nay? Or you want to see every bit? So if I do this half on camera, then next week I'll do the bottom teeth and the jaw and the top. What do you reckon? Let me know. Okay, now we'll go back to the show and tell of the other one that I airbrushed at the Hot Rod Show last week. GM. Thank you, Paul. Right, because I promised someone online that I'll just quickly talk about process of this. And Russ, if you're still here, don't go yet. I know you had some troubles, right, with his letterbox. So thank you, Poco. Thanks, Scott. Right, so Russ, you here, mate? So I'm not going to talk about every single layer and blah, blah, blah I did. This was 17 hours all up. I airbrushed at home, the background and her face. And then at the show, so I did about 6.5 hours at home with the background and face. That was all the background. And then airbrushed the rest of it in over 2 days. So it was about 17 hours I worked out. Right, so Russ. This is on aluminium composite panel. So it's equivalent of painting on metal, or if you're doing a motorbike tank or whatever, and I used Createx. So this I rubbed down first, just scratched it up with a Scotch-Brite pad. I think Scotch-Brite is what everyone calls it. I think that's just the brand. Scourer, right? Just to scratch up. This is a fine one. You can get all different grades by the color. The gray ones are the finer ones. So scratch up the metal for that. UVLS 4050 clear. I won't get it. I've got to step over crap. 4050, I'll get it. All right. I'm trying to. And again, this is for someone that asked me online. I said, watch my stream later. UVLS 4050, the gloss one. So they make matte, satin, and high gloss. You don't want to use them. You just spray I sprayed it with a gun. You can do it with an airbrush, but you'd have to reduce it more and sort of reduces the effectiveness of it. Sprayed 2 coats with the gun, and then I put a drop of this in all my colors. Every single color had some of this in it. Now what that means is if you're the type, if you want to do erasing, it won't work. Okay, so you need to keep that in mind. You can, I'm pretty sure it'll work. You don't put that in your colors if you want to erase, but you need this as your base so it adheres. Now the other option is auto born sealer, which I do have that as well. I'll get that for you. Auto born sealer, looking. Never used it, but I've got it. You use that as like your base too, as your primer. But once I worked out that you can use this, and I thought, what's the point of doing this? But maybe if you're going to do erasing, maybe that's better as your primer, and then don't have this at all. But say 40-50, 2 coats, let it completely dry in between coats. Not like if you're a spray painter, you sort of let it get tacky and you can do your second coat. When you spray this with a gun, it needs to go dry, like you can touch it, no problem. And then airbrush on top of that with this in every single one of your colors. I haven't sealed this off yet, that's why it's out here. I'll be doing this today. I'll seal it off with this again with a spray gun, 2 coats, and then that'll be right to go. Now, you had trouble, you washed off from memory, you prep soldered it, wax and grease remover, and then wash it off. Now, like solvent-based wax and grease should not have wiped it off. So I'm thinking maybe it was not, maybe not prepped right. So anything would have wiped it off, or maybe a rag would have probably wiped it off. So if you did this process and you scratch it up, put that on, put those colors in, put it in the colors as well, it wouldn't have come off. I'm not even going to touch this. I'm just going to put this straight on top. It's been sitting for days and days. It'll be fine. And then later I am going to actually use 2-pack clear on it before putting in the frame. So you can sand that. So when you want to do, if you ever want to do that, I'm going to let that completely dry. I'll put maybe even 3 coats just so it's a little bit thicker. And I will hit it with, scratch it up with 800 grit paper, which is coarse enough to make the adhesion for the clear, for the 2-pack clear, but fine enough that the 2-pack clear will cover the scratches, if that makes sense. So that's that part. Hope that helps you, Russ. For the person that asked me online, there was a couple of people that asked me, the process. I can't go through every single layer, blah, blah, blah. But what I did is I drew it up first. You can use a projector or whatever. I used Serral paper and I printed one-to-one reference. So I'll put it in the right spot, and I printed it lighter. I wonder if it's around. No, not here. Yeah, I printed it much lighter so I could see my pencil marks. Stuck it on, drew out roughly her, and I don't even know if I did draw out the trees and stuff. Maybe a little bit, not much, because you just did that by observation. Did that. After prepping the board, ignore that, it's just a thing. I used app tape and masked her up, and then airbrushed the freehand airbrush all the background, and then obviously I unmasked her and started painting her. But I didn't remask the background afterwards. I just having her masked up and clean while I did all the background was enough to keep it nice and sharp, and I freehanded up to the edge, and it just softened that edge a little bit, which I like to do. But you can obviously remask the other way if you wanted to. So that's about it. Honestly, I can't talk about every single stage of that. That's quite complex, but yeah, pretty cool. So I'm going to do that this afternoon. That's that. Russ, I hope that helped you, mate. Thank you for being here once again. Thank you, everybody. We'll be back next week, and I might do that even today. I'll paint this other side. So next week it'll be that mirrored, and we'll finish that off. Download the Bizzo. Download these, the line drawings and stuff. Give it a go. Please send them to me. Like I said, you download, you'll end up on my email list, and then just email me your progress. That'd be cool. Thank you, everybody. Oh, a few extras came. Hello. Thank you. Thank you, honey. Now, everyone, if you haven't liked it, give it a thumbs up. That'd be cool. Thank you, Russ. All right. Thank you, everybody. I'll read through later. Steve, thank you. Who else did I miss? Bravo Brushworks, hello. I haven't seen your name before. Thank you for being here. Yeah, I said, honey, I seen you on Steve's one, so thanks for coming. And all the rest of the muckers have already been here anyway, every week. All right. Cheers, guys. I'm going for breakfast. See you next week.